Hey guys, I'm Lee Morris with Fstoppers.com. I'm here with my buddy Pi Jirsa from SLR
guys?
Lounge. Pi, you've come all the way out here to Puerto Rico to visit me and to compete. SLR Lounge versus Fstoppers.com in some sort of photo competition.
Which we have no clue what it is.
Patrick has been planning this. He hasn't told me a thing. Sometimes...
I don't think he knows what's happening himself.
Yeah, I think Patrick might be making it up as we go along. When are you gonna tell us what we're doing, Patrick?
Right after the break.
Right after the break. Okay, right after the Fstoppers logo, we'll all learn what we're doing. Big thanks to ProPhoto and ShootProof for sponsoring this video. Throughout the shoot, we're going to be using ProPhoto lights, and later on, we'll talk more in depth about how ShootProof can help your photography business. All right, so Patrick is relaying to us that there is a real model. It's not your girlfriend. She's getting hair and makeup done. She's down the road.
And we have rules, guidelines?
Okay, well, you can use anything in this bag.
Okay, so we get a ProPhoto 3-foot Octa.
Now, we just recently destroyed all of our Nikon cameras, so as I expected...
Is this another excuse right now?
We haven't, no. I mean, you're shooting with this too, so we've got a Sony, but here's the problem. We own the Sony, but we only own one lens. This is all we own.
Getting better by the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never used, like...
You own Sonys. You probably own...
I don't shoot with them mostly, most of the time. No, mostly.
Mostly.
I've literally pushed the button like once.
We've got two B10s in here. We've got grids, reflector dish.
But wait,
24 70mm lens, that's all we got. We have to set a few ground rules. You can use the equipment in this bag. You want to give us each like 1 hour to knock this photo out.
Okay.
And
got to shoot JPEG only.
Well, that's my specialty.
That is your...
I will go first. I will take pity on you. I'll give you this huge advantage because I'm pretty confident I'm going to win anyway.
Even the playing field.
Even the playing field for you. Let's get to it. Let's meet this model, and I can't believe that we're even doing this right now. So this is Yuanili.
Yes.
And Yuanili. And she is a very well-known Puerto Rican model down here. I have to say, I was relieved when I saw you. I had no idea who we were about to photograph. Patrick's been keeping all of this a secret. So Pi and I are going to be competing today. I'm going to be taking pictures of you first. My idea is that I'm just going to take a portrait of you first as my backup plan.
Okay.
And then we're going to do other full body shots later on. But for the first shot, I'm just going to be working on kind of a beautiful face shot just to cover me.
Okay.
In case the other images don't turn out. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've taken a picture. You don't know who we are though, right?
Well, yeah, I have seen your work.
Oh, you've seen. Oh, okay. Well, it would have been funnier if she hadn't. And you checked out his work too?
You're the wedding one with the 100 best photographer wedding.
Sure. Yeah. That sounds great. I like it when you say it.
For the first shot, I want to go hard light, and then we'll soften it up afterwards. So we're going to be using the reflector dish here.
You got it.
You are familiar with this, right?
Hey.
You were at the launch event with me.
Have you seen how simple these are to use? You point it and go, man.
ProPhoto will be sending you a check soon.
Yeah, please. Pi Jirsa, make it out my legal name.
All right.
You
I
good?
don't think it's working. Do that again. Oh, I'm past the maximum sync speed. Is it firing?
Nope.
What's going on? So we're having a problem right now. I can't even get the flash to fire. I've been told that there's some weird Sony menu that I've never had to use before. Flash mode, fill flash.
I don't think we need that. It's
wireless
off.
flash.
I'll try it.
Hey!
That's weird. You gotta turn on wireless flash? As if putting it on the remote. No.
And look at that, we're pros. We know what we're doing.
Let's see that picture. Is that good?
It's so good.
Oh, that's my new Facebook profile right there.
Oh, this is not
I especially
good.
love how you nailed the expression.
White balance, white balance. How do you work this camera?
I'm glad you're doing that because I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Okay, I'm going to take a portrait of her with this in the background and this really blurred out right here, okay?
The most annoying thing in the world is an assistant that talks too much, so.
So I am just taking some natural light shots. These look great as is. But I need to use some strobe here to make this stand out a little bit. Display, no. I love Sony. I love Sony. You know, it's got the digital viewfinder. It's obviously got the electronic screen on the back. It's just not showing me the pictures as I take them, which wouldn't be that big of a deal if I was shooting natural light, because you can just see what you're taking pictures of with the digital viewfinder. But when I start using strobe, I want to be able to see what I'm doing.
Nope.
This is what true professional photographers look like right now.
Uniquely, I promise we're good at this. We're good at this.
I bet she could find it faster than we could find it. Is this counting for my 1 hour right now? We've literally been through every menu twice.
People talk about this stuff like it doesn't matter, dude. Frickin' the ease of a menu system matters. Usability matters.
Yeah! All right, you ready? Sorry to keep you waiting.
Are you ready?
Probably not. All right, so I'm gonna put her right in the middle of the street here. Pi, I would like you on this area, firing light down. I want really hard light, and I'm gonna try to create kind of like Rembrandt style, like a pop. And let me play with my exposure here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to darken my exposure a lot. I'm gonna start getting some detail on these nice clouds that we have back here. It's gonna darken up the entire scene, but I hope that we can make it a little bit more interesting to look at. All right, I would like to have even more of kind of like a rim light, and then I'd like you kind of looking around this way. So you're not gonna be looking at the camera, you're gonna kind of be just looking off to this side over here. Can I get you to turn your body this way? That's it, yeah, perfect.
So from an assistant standpoint, it's really nice. If he tells me that he wants Rembrandt, all I'm doing is I'm looking to her nose and I'm going right to the other side of her cheek. So if you, wow, that's a big bug. That's amazing. Okay, so if your cheek goes this, or your chin goes this way, I'm just looking to make sure that I can see that triangle right on the other side of the face. So if she moves a little bit this way, then I'm kind of bringing the light back a little bit. If she comes back, I'm bringing it back. So I hold the same light for Lee throughout. You better do this for me, bro.
I don't know if I'm gonna be this helpful, Pi. Let me get you to spin the body this way and then look over this shoulder. That's it, yeah, perfect. Nice. I like what Pi's doing right now. He's kind of moving around for each shot. My model's moving around for each shot. They're making it easy on me because they are just, every image is unique. What I'm going to do now, just to mix things up a little bit, I'm liking the way these look. I'm going to use this as a hair light. There's a dog fight over there. So Pi, I'm gonna get you to move back a little bit. I'm gonna get you to pump up the power and just kind of pound her in the back of the hair.
That sounds pretty odd, but yeah, I'll do that. Yo, Neely, I'm gonna pound you in the back of the hair. Get a comfortable spot back here.
All right, so I got tons of great looking shots out here. I could shoot here for another 20 minutes, but Patrick is saying we need to hurry up. So I'm just gonna spin around. This is a really interesting looking alleyway right here. So we're at a new location, and for this shot, I'm going to be going with a soft light. So I'm getting Pi right now to put on the Octabox that we have. Is it an Octabox, Pi?
Yeah, 3 foot.
Octabox, 3 feet. So I'm gonna get the light really close to our model. Hopefully we get really nice, soft, flattering light, and I'm hoping, nice, that we have this really bright sky in the background. With the strobe, we're going to be able to tone that down.
This is my vacation. My vacation.
All right, so Neely is currently sitting on one of the ugliest benches I've ever seen. So I'm trying to zoom past that. I don't want anybody to see that bench, but we've got these really cool clouds up here and we've got these string lights. Even though they're not on, I feel like the shot is really looking nice. And then Pi, you're doing a sufficient job lighting. So right now, because we still have some pretty heavy sunlight, I mean, we don't have direct sunlight, but it's bright outside, I'm shooting at ISO 50. I'm shooting at f2.8 because I want a shallow depth of field, and then I'm playing with my shutter speed, but I'm keeping it around 1/60th, which is what I think the highest sync speed is for this camera. I really have no idea, but I don't want to go beyond that. Sometimes I'm dragging the shutter a little bit if I need to, but for this shot in particular, we have a bright sky behind our model. Pi is our key light. And what power are you at?
You're at 6 right now.
So let me show you what the exposure looks like without the light. As you can see, very, very dark. I'll turn the light back on. Perfect. I feel like we got to move on. These look good. These look good, but let's move on. All right, so we are now at this very famous door with the Puerto Rican flag. And it's just the most cliche thing to stand in front of a door or painting and just like do a pose. I know that's what you're into and you'll probably want to do it. So
Why not do the same thing that, I mean, they're doing it because it's good. Just do the same thing.
although I'm going to use the cliche door with the painting of the Puerto Rican flag, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently, hopefully, than every other Instagram photo. I'm pulling her off the door. I'm gonna blur it. I'm gonna get some shallow depth of field. And then I'm going to get Pi to pound her with some hard light. Pi, will you?
Hold your ass cheeks when you come down? Yes, I will.
Wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but that sounds lovely. But before you do that, can you get the light on a light stand?
Yep.
And I'm gonna do hard light with that reflector dish.
Okay.
I think I want it to be kind of straight on. So like to create some shadows under the nose.
Like a butterfly
chin.
light,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Look at you with all that professional lingo.
Take your time, this is super light.
Pi, bring it down in height just a little bit. There we go.
Is it a full?
No, I'm shooting like kind of from here. Yeah, I'm not getting the feelers. I grew up in a time where if you had feelers, like you couldn't afford the Nikes. You know what I mean? Like this is where it's
These
at.
are not cheap.
That-
They are not cheap.
That's what you gotta get now.
That's just offensively.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
So I haven't started shooting yet, but being from out of town, the parts of San Juan that are just crazy to me is just the color. So I really want to incorporate the color of the buildings, the color of like we don't have this kind of cobblestone tile anywhere, the color of each shot. I want to kind of blend that into her clothing, see if we can't get some cool fashion stuff.
It's gonna fail.
Probably. I think he's got some really good shots in there. I am feeling pretty confident, but I think that's like you have to feel confident, especially when you're going up against Lee. Lee's ran out of ideas.
Not true. What is actually going on is I feel like I've gotten some incredible photos. I don't feel like I can top them with this natural light that we have here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quit a little early. I like the photos. If I don't get to shoot anymore, I think I'm still going to win. But once you're finished, as we're walking back to the car, if I see any incredible night shots with the beautiful, street lights that we have here, I just want to keep a few extra minutes just in case.
Okay. So can I
No, you
give
can't.
you
No, you're not allowed to do anything.
I can't do that?
I'm doing. No.
I can't, okay.
You just have to have exactly 1 hour.
Again,
Go.
your rules, your camera, your everything.
So we've already been walking forever. What are we doing right now?
Well, I want to go back to where we started.
Dude.
Because I followed you this whole time and I'm like, I want to shoot that, I want to shoot that, I want to shoot that.
I was following the locals' advice. I was going where she said would be best, and then I just made it work. I don't need to go to a specific location. I can create great art anywhere.
But based on what Patrick said, we're trying to go for fashion and editorial and that kind of a look, lifestyle, which isn't really my wheelhouse, but it's not really yours either.
No, it's not mine either, but here, let me give you a little hint about these competitions. We're gonna release 2 anonymous photos online and photographers are gonna judge them. They don't care what genre, but they're just gonna say which is the best photo.
Which will be mine?
Our model is gonna be drenched in sweat by the time he starts taking photos.
Now I actually know that those are dope shoes, so unlike Lee, I'm not freaking,
What, Pi?
I'm not 40 years old, Lee.
How old are you today?
39. Huge difference. Okay, dynamic range is good.
Don't make a mistake, Pi. It all comes down to which modifier you choose.
You know what, let's go with the softbox. I don't want to go, we're not going to mimic sunlight in this because there's not really any angle of light that would look right. See how cool that looks?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, I love that kickback was rad. And so what I kind of want is for you to kind of look back and up and over and kind of be still looking down, have a hand up, or you can even go with hands to the side, but this was really perfect, how everything's kind of in motion and we captured that. So I'm gonna have you swing back and do that a couple times.
Even if I lose, I'm happy that you're laying down in filth on your stomach. It feels like a win for me.
It's vacation, baby. So I want your head to be right directly over the camera, so you need to scoot this way a little bit. Yes. Hold it. That's sick. Let me see.
I'll be the judge of that. Oh, man. That looks really good, except for those feelers. That is badass.
Oh, yes.
And if you rotate the camera, you can see it better.
Oh, whoa, yes.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
That's it right there. Hold that. Now without the light. I want you guys to see the difference between with and without that light. We're not going for a crazy dramatic shot here, but I want that light to just kick in a little bit of light into the face and really bring her out of the scene, which it does here. So I love this, like where the hands are kind of like up and in motion and with those steps. Let's do a couple more of those and we're good. Step back a little bit, go 2 steps back and then do that. Right there, hold. Switch up the hands a little bit. Yes, yes. Okay, let's wait for the stroller.
I may have told her she could go. Sabotage.
So I've got another idea for a shot right here. Again, that tie-dye shirt matches so well with the blue cobblestone. And I actually want to use this as a background, kind of shooting up into her, zooming in. And what I'm thinking is we don't have the sun kind of visible, but we do have backlight coming in, which means I can probably put up the B10, put a CTO gel onto it.
Wait, where did this come from? We don't even own these.
So there was no conspiracy. Patrick said, bring some gels, and I brought gels.
I didn't know I had these
I
to
didn't say
use.
that I had it with me earlier. But I helped you in many other ways.
I don't think you did. You've been holding out on me. You have like a whole camera bag here full of your own
Which
stuff.
we're literally using none of it.
What?
Except
see.
this. Okay. Just the gel.
Okay.
You could have used the gels. You didn't ask. You didn't say like, hey, do we got a gel? I would have been like, yeah, hey, I got a gel. He films all the crap that makes us look bad. Like that's the only time his camera is up. It's like, oh, I dropped something. Oh, I got that. We're gonna use hard light. We're gonna do it with a little twist though. I wanna mimic the sun, which is a small light source. We're gonna put a CTO gel onto the B10. Then I'm gonna have Lee actually put on the zoom reflector. So we get that light kind of thrown forward. We're gonna place it in the background of our scene and sort of frame it out. So all it's gonna do is add a kiss of light as it kind of enters the back of the frame, making it look like this scene was naturally lit by sunlight, when in reality it's just clouds overhead. What you're gonna do, Lee, is actually go up all the way to where the stop sign is.
Are you crazy?
Nope. Run it, run it! I need him all the way at the top so that light is coming in from the very back of the scene, because you'll notice in that first shot, it almost looks like the light's coming off the side of the door. I want to fill the entire scene. I really didn't need it that far back, I just wanted him to run. Okay, and now I'm gonna actually have you stand like directly behind her. So Lee, go this way a little bit. Yep, right there. Perfect. So we're really happy with this scene. Got some really cool shots of Ioannili on the ground. We got a standing shot, some really strong shots showing off her full attire. I'm gonna take her up a little bit, and I think there's another cool orange wall that we're gonna shoot against, and we might utilize your duffel, your purse, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
So what I saw when we were walking up here, and the reason why I made them walk all the way back down is because there was a wall that actually perfectly matched Ioannili's backpack. And Patrick said this was fashion kind of editorial, so I wanted the colors to all tie together. That's one of the big things about it. So we came back to this specific wall just so that we can shoot and incorporate her backpack, which wasn't kind of a planned part of the shoot, but I think it'll turn out fun.
Pie's doing really good. I've seen a few shots of his, and
That's so cute.
I'm in trouble.
I love that.
I'm in trouble.
Lee has literally done nothing for me.
Get real, dude. My lighting is what made your photos. And now you're gonna get this like dog pee shot right here. What is this, Pie?
It's part
Are
of
you
the composition.
capturing this?
It's part of the composition. Don't worry
It's
about
part
it.
of the composition,
Yeah,
okay.
It's part of the composition.
All right.
At 400 ISO, we actually get the background and the backpack to be this nice kind of deep dark brown. From that place, we're gonna fill in with a really soft light on the B10. So can I get you to put the 3-foot on? And then Lee, what you're gonna do is actually light her from this side. And I want you to feather the light forward so we don't get any spill on that back wall, because I want the back wall to kind of stay and retain that color.
Yes, Master Pie.
Let's see, can you step up with your other leg?
Pie is noticing a few more details than I did on my photo shoot.
You're gonna press down and kind of lift up and kind of look over the shoulder. Let that left shoulder drop a little bit. There, right there, right there, right there.
Do
Love it.
professional photographers shoot off the back screen like that? Aren't you
They all
supposed
do.
to use the eye hole?
No, there's no eye hole here. You need to look back in the camera, relax that shoulder down, give me kind of like in motion, right there. I love that with the swing of the arm. One more time. Dude, this focus is killing me. How do I switch back the focus?
Like
point.
hit all the C buttons. You just have to memorize which one. That C2. Bro, duh.
Sorry, man.
It's C2 when you want to move the focus point.
That
Don't you
makes
know
sense. If you want to change focus, you don't press focus. You press C1 and C3. Take a step. Yep, right there. You're good. So I've got a couple shots that are wide. I want to do a couple tighter shots so we can lay them side by side and have a little spread.
Wait, are we doing spreads now? What's going on? He's just making things up. Now he's like gonna put them on the cover of a magazine. No, we're taking 2 of our favorite images. We're not making spreads.
Well, you got me out
We're not
here
doing
on
a-
my birthday, on vacation. I'm gonna take a few pictures.
Listen, we're not publishing a fashion magazine here. We're
This
taking
one-
2 pictures. All right, Pi,
You.
you've been shooting for 3.5 hours. Are you done?
Oh yes.
Out of all the images that have been taken so far, which is your favorite set?
The first one
Oh.
we took in the table with the lights and the bird. I love that
Better than the. I got your feelers in there.
photo. Oh yeah, and the one with the movement.
No, wait. No, it's the one with the bird and the table.
Let me just. She forgot. She forgot. Let me show her.
So how do you feel like today's photo shoot went?
It was a lot of fun. It was exactly what I want to be doing on my birthday.
I think you're lying, but
No, it was really fun.
I have to say I did have fun. I'm glad that the model was
She killed
fantastic.
it.
She was
You nearly killed it.
I
Like,
could just take snapshots and everything
Yeah.
looked good. So
very easy.
I don't feel like I took anything that was embarrassing today. That was the bar that I had set.
I thought your shots were really good. And then you also ran into the snag of like trying to figure out just how to get the gear working at the beginning. And then it was like, okay, Lee, now go be creative.
So I do want to talk trash to you, but for the first time ever, I don't feel that confident. I feel like maybe your shots are better. Patrick's gonna put both of our favorite shots online. He's gonna let the community vote. And then the next time you see us, we're gonna be revealing it to each other who won.
If I didn't win, I'll be coming back out and we're gonna do a part 2 then.
Sounds good, sounds good. And even if you do win, you should come to Puerto Rico again. It's awesome, right?
This is pretty amazing actually.
Now, before we cut over to the big reveal, I want to give a shout out to Shootproof for sponsoring this video. Shootproof has been helping photographers share and sell their work online with proofing and ordering galleries for years. Their focus is helping photographers provide their clients with a simple and streamlined experience, making digital file delivery and online print sales as easy as possible. And over time, Shootproof has expanded to be more than just galleries. You can now also invoice clients, send digital contracts, set up automatic email marketing campaigns, and so much more. If you want to learn more, you can do a free trial at shootproof.com, and if you use Fstoppers at checkout, you'll save 20%. All right, we're back in the studio. We have submitted our images online anonymously.
Yep.
We sent them to Patrick. Patrick was the one that made the post. We were not supposed to look at the submissions from each other, and we certainly weren't supposed to look at the results of the poll. Why don't you tell everyone how you ruined this entire show, Pi?
No, I didn't. I followed the rules and
You
we're here.
are a liar. Here's what happened. I'm showing like Pi's girlfriend, I'm showing my wife, and I'm like, all right, Pi, now show my wife and show your girlfriend. And I'm like, don't let me see, don't let me see. And then we're sending our pictures to Patrick to put online. And then immediately Patrick puts them online. You go to the website and just click on the post. I'm like, what do you think we were doing all that for?
First of all, that wasn't really clearly explained to me. Second,
In your mind.
I already knew which shot you were gonna pick just from your reaction in the camera.
You did not know, first of all, because I was close to choosing another one, which I will explain in a
But
minute.
did you?
No.
Okay, so you're pretty damn excited about that bird, weren't you?
I was happy about the bird. But why do you think I was like passing my phone to people and not seeing anything? Why was I acting like that if 10 minutes into the future, it would have been fine for me to see your picture?
It's a good question. I didn't necessarily think that far. Yeah. It's a great question though.
Now, you saw the poll results when there were 10 votes.
There's 10 votes when I saw the results.
And you haven't looked at it since then.
No.
And I I was clear.
That was when it was clearly explained to me that I shouldn't look
Yeah.
until we filmed.
Okay.
So just
Well, let's go ahead and get to this, and we'll see. I mean, you can reveal if the winner after 10 votes is still the winner now. I would imagine, I'm going to say yes. I think
you think 10 votes was enough to give it?
it's very wild. I think within just a few minutes of the poll going live and a few people voting, it remains pretty consistent.
Patrick was saying it was flip-flopping. I'm getting like super nervous.
I think Patrick was lying
To throw me off?
to throw you off. Yeah. Well, let's get into this. All right. So here is one image, and this first set that I took, there was a few that I really liked, and all of them were very different, just because we were just blasting through different photos, different poses and stuff. I liked this one. This is unedited. Obviously, like there's some cropping and rotating that needs to go on, but this model had such an amazing smile.
She did.
And I had some
good look in general. Like,
yeah,
just
I had
great.
some serious faces of her that looked good, but then it made me upset to think that I wouldn't have a smiling picture that I would send her.
Yeah.
So this is probably the one from this set that I'm going to send her.
Very cool.
The next image, her in front of the cliche door.
I think this is great, dude.
Yeah?
Like, I know people say it's cliche to take pictures in front of this door, but this is a fantastic image. Like, the way that the lines lead into her, the background itself just being so Puerto Rican, and the dress, the outfit, like...
How do you like the composition?
I like it. I mean,
you like with the road and the yellow down there?
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like, I feel like you could have gotten a little bit lower and cropped a little bit higher to get that out. But at the same time, like, it doesn't distract me. It doesn't take away from the image.
I was thinking I might crop in a little bit. Cropping people at the knees freaks me out a little bit.
It's a little low, yeah.
So I shot this with the intention of zooming in at least a little bit in post.
Yeah.
And then what about having the thick red line on the left and the thin red line on the right?
That's probably the only thing I would crop in to make sure that she's directly centered, and then it evens out the lines on both sides. But I love this shot.
All right, so now let's get to my submission here.
All right.
So this was the shot with the bird.
It's the bird.
With the bird. You already knew it. Don't try to act surprised.
This is the inspiration for the next constructive critique.
Yeah. So the critique the community that came out a few days ago. If you want to see Pi and I yell at each other, and Pi go into incredibly detailed critiques on wedding photos, go back and check that out. But yeah, I took this picture and I was like, I caught the bird in here. But I didn't get the best expression from Yua Neely. Is that her name?
Ioannini.
Right, yeah. So I composited in another better shot. So the next image you can see is where I have placed the other pose in the shot. This is just one image flat on top of the other.
Okay.
And then the next shot is the edited image.
That's strong, man. I mean, I didn't know you were going to cheat by doing a composite.
Whatever, bro.
But it's a strong photograph.
No rules, just right.
That's pretty awesome. No, I love the creative decisions that you made there. And I'll be honest, when you were shooting that, I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder like what this looks like in camera, because the scene itself was not like that great, especially had you shown like what we were seeing, like straight back.
Yeah, I wasn't that excited.
But I love this low angle, the expression, the bird does sell me.
All right.
I'm excited about the bird.
Okay. The bird. All right. Let's move on.
I'm kind of nervous now. This is the funny part, is I actually, and maybe in the video they'll see more of the images that we kind of captured during that. But Patrick said editorial fashion, and I've told you earlier, like in that other video, that I'm not naturally like a creative person. So to wrap my head around photography, I had to create rules and like understand why things were done a certain way. So when Patrick said editorial fashion, I kind of lined up several things in my head saying this is really more about, you know, the clothing, making sure that we're accentuating the clothing, putting, you know, more exaggerated poses, featuring the area and the people. And so I shot several images that if we were submitting to a catalog, I wouldn't have picked the image that I picked as like the leading image. So this is one of those images where like, this is the way I would shoot it if this was like a editorial catalog type shoot, where it's nice, natural, bright, showcases kind of the clothing. But yeah, I was like, if I submit this, people are gonna poop all over it.
Okay, so you didn't submit this.
So I didn't submit this one.
Okay, so we're moving on.
The next one is similar. We had that backlight that we used to kind of, this is the shot that Patrick's like, I don't think that He's like, I like the natural light. I'm like, it'll work. Just we have to do a little bit of dodging and burning on the face, and then lift her out. Which I like the shot a lot too, but I thought that I knew my competition would be stiff.
Okay. So this one's not good enough either.
I felt like, yeah, it wasn't going to be interesting enough to use.
Okay.
This again played into that editorial fashion thing. We did a set here actually. This is just one of those images, but it was to showcase like she just happened to bring along this purse, and that wall happened to match it like really nicely.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I love the way that the light looked, and this wall just looked perfect for it. And I photoshopped the dog piss out.
Good.
You saw that?
Good.
So that was really cool. We did a set there that would look really interesting, but again, I thought like, that's not going to be interesting enough. So I opted for the last one. So I picked this one, and I shot this intentionally low to get these leading lines to not only lead into her, but to really exaggerate the movements. And so I had her kind of doing this exaggerated walk / kind of dance into the camera to really kick the hips and emphasize. And she also talked about her shoes a lot. So it's really a shot that emphasizes the clothing, starting with the shoes, going all the way up through the clothing, and then showing her kind of doing this like, in action sort of expression. And we lit it from the left side. And I opted for this because I thought it was interesting. To me, it had a very unique vibe. We shot low and wide to exaggerate the legs, to really make it look like she's 80% legs and 20% torso, and to kind of give us a cool perspective on the whole scene and city as all the lines lead into her. And I thought that would be the photograph that photographers would most appreciate. So then if we flip right, I didn't really do all that much in post other than just kind of get the color toning. We left some of the bags in the bottom left of the frame, so I fixed that, fixed a little bit of the crop. I actually gave her a tiny bit more space at the top of the frame. I don't know if you saw that. But the content aware fill did you can pull the crop out a little bit and select content aware, and it'll just extend the frame a little bit in Photoshop.
I did not know that.
So it was easy as just like extending the frame. But that's really it.
There's some crunchiness that's going on the cobblestone that I really like in your edit.
Oh, good crunchy is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Well, it adds a little bit of interest down there.
That was the street that we had to walk back to.
Nah, tell me about it. We had to walk a lifetime to get back to the street. Okay. Let me tell you how I feel about this image. When you started taking this image, I got really nervous because I liked the concept. I liked the fact that you were getting the hands in there. It was like kind of this dancing photo. And I thought, ooh, my image is feeling kind of boring now. But as I see this image, it feels a little too wide and too warped to me, and it's just not that flattering to me.
Really?
And there's just details, like you can see the pockets or the shorts under her pants, and like...
You saw me try to fix those though.
No, I don't remember that.
I actually tried to, I was like, you have anything in your pockets?
Oh, I do remember you saying that.
Your pockets.
And then like...
I could have photoshopped it out.
The shoes are dirty and stuff. It just, if you're gonna get all that in the shot...
But I cleaned her shoes in post.
You failed. You failed. I mean, these look rough.
The funny thing was, I actually had this in Photoshop, and I was like, should I fix the pockets? And I sat there battling back and forth, like, should I fix the pockets? But then I kept thinking, like, well, if this is editorial fashion, would a fashion designer want you to do that? Based on your low perspective thing. Yep. This is not a typical thing that I would do for an engagement shoot or a wedding client or like any of those other things.
Sure.
And I would normally agree with you that like the wide like this, like so distorted doesn't work. But the rules to me can be bent and even broken for a shot like this. That's really more about the inaction and, the clothing, the style, the culture. I feel like I captured that better than you did.
Okay. Well, we'll see in just 1 second. I want to make one more point.
Okay.
I don't know because I haven't seen all of your high-res shots. These are the first time that I'm seeing these large. I think my favorite image that you took may not even be in these 4 images that you showed.
Which one was it?
The first image of her sitting on the cobblestone.
Yeah.
I remember you took some tight shots where you were cropping the top of her hair off.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing those on the back of your screen and going, ooh, that looks good.
I like those a lot too. I figured Patrick's going to pop those in the video, but we won't see them edited. But
I'm going to go back and check those out after we are done here.
We had a lot of fun images, I felt like.
Yeah. Who do you think won this competition?
If I did not destroy you.
Oh, you don't think you just won. You think you destroyed me.
Having like known that you were going to go with the bird image. And I remember seeing it when you were capturing the image. And I remember doing my image, and I'm like, I'm going to crush him. Like, I was thinking it was going to be like 90% are on my side when I captured it. Then I saw like the composite and the blend that you did, and I was like, oh shiz, like this could be a lot closer than I thought. And I kind of like was like, maybe this is going to be more like 60-40.
But still in your favor.
But I still feel like it's in my favor.
Okay. I feel the opposite.
Really?
I think that I'm going to win 65-35.
Serious?
That's the way I feel.
I'm going 70-30 then. 70-30.
Are we ready, Patrick? Can we swipe? Let's swipe.
Shiz, I'm like nervous.
No!
Oh! 70-30. 68.2 to 32. Man.
I can't believe it.
Your edit and everything that you did was solid.
Dude, don't try to make me feel better now.
I'm not. It was still a shitty photograph. But
man, I am really interested in going and reading the comments now. Yeah.
we didn't like either photograph.
Well, that's always the top comments. Both these suck. You guys should quit. Yeah.
So what happens now? Since SLR Lounge came to Puerto Rico to compete with Fstoppers head-to-head on your home turf, and you lost.
I lost bad.
He's lost several times now.
Yeah, I lost. I mean, I did beat Mike Kelly. Let's not forget that at his own game. And quiet, Patrick. And I beat Mike Kelly at his own game.
That was
architectural
impressive.
photography.
That was impressive. I guess when I think of our audiences on SLR Lounge and on Fstoppers, and especially on Fstoppers, I think of how critical they are.
Oh yeah.
And they see something and they're just like, I could have put that light there.
Meh.
I could have like lit that and shot that. First of all, I will say this, when it was my turn to start shooting, because like while you were shooting, I was sitting there going like, oh, I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna crush him. And this is the feeling that every photographer gets when you see somebody else working. And then as soon as you take the camera over and now you're directing and you're shooting, you start to like crap your pants a little bit.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, now pulling off that thing in my head, because it was so clear in my head. I was like, oh, she's gonna be dancing and moving. You remind yourself and start to appreciate again like what you were doing earlier, which all of our aligned audiences don't see. They just see the photograph like, I could have lit that Rembrandt and like shot that crop.
And I would have totally done it better because I would have moved the camera a little bit to the left. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. All right, guys, let's be done with this. So at this point, I'm the world's worst photographer. I've lost 2 in a row. Patrick's the world's best photographer. Patrick's won how many? 3 in a row? Thank you for watching, guys. I hate you all for the way you voted, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We'll see you next time.